Panhandler. Define. A beggar who approaches strangers asking for money. Talk of. Alternatively,
A stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt. A stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt.
Everybody loves me. I am
A stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt.
why are communists so stupid? Because the teacher was Carl, and he gave them bad marks.
Certainly not brought to you by World Health Organization.
You must comply.
Right?
And the point is,
Good luck with that. And you're wrong.
People object. People
Okay,
object
the
to
point-
the
okay,
Earth being
again,
round,
the
so
point
that's
is,
not
I
been
was trying
debunked.
to-
Mic drop.
the point I was trying to explain is this has been repeatedly explained, demonstrated, and shown to Neff that this specific talking point does not work, and he refuses to budge on it. That is intellectual dishonesty.
Okay.
When you're proven
can you say
wrong
more
and
about it?
refuse
You're
to
just
admit
claiming
you're wrong
it's
and
been
keep
debunked.
repeating the same
Give
bullshit.
us some. Give us a little bit of why it's been debunked, not just claiming it's been debunked.
I can,
Okay,
I might be able to do this. P1, I'm
No.
right. P2, you are not me. P3,
Well, that's
you are
what-
wrong.
I mean, it's funny, Tail, because
No, I'll
Chrome is
pull
doing
it
that
up on.
now.
I'll pull it up on Talk Origin.
Chrome is pulling a Nephilim until I see some information. You're doing what
Actually,
Nephilim's
Dale, I
doing.
think you got that. I think that's close. That's pretty close. Some boats, rocks are hard, sky is blue, therefore Jesus lives. Something like that. It's close.
something like that.
Well, that's where
P1,
Caleb-
I'm right.
to
P2, you're
Angel's
not
point,
me.
that's where Caleb was
P3,
going.
you're wrong.
Caleb was going, and I was trying to tell Caleb, but like Freeze and Nephilim are locked in battle. Step one for these atheists, Caleb, is you got to get them to walk to Deist land. Then from Deist land, you can maybe talk about, do we actually know this mind of this being that started it all? You can't just jump right into the deep end like, this is what he likes, this is what he doesn't like. You got to get buy-in first that they agree this party was started by a creator. That's the map to salvation. First, believe
There's nothing.
this was created. Then we can say if we know that creator. You know what I mean? Caleb, maybe you disagree. Caleb wants to go straight to Jesus. From unbelief to Jesus. I say you got to take baby steps, man.
I'm just tired of listening to him repeat, obviously debunked and falsified creationist claims ad nauseum.
Well, you jumped in late. I try to package it in a way that we could either clearly dismiss it or not, which was, I believe the argument is irreducible complexity. And irreducible complexity. Yeah, and I asked Angels that. I think he had some thoughts for it, but he waited until his turn got passed and then wanted to talk over everybody. You, Angels, or Chrome, feel free to talk about now why irreducible complexity is not a thing.
Nephilim is a celebrity. That's all I can tell you. And now he's a pseudo, but still, it's kind of the best we got around these parts. Like, I don't know if we can ever get that impetulant to gain that kind of a
Nephilim's the best we got around these parts? What the hell does that mean?
that
Argumentum
means-
ad populum and appeal to popularity, appeal to authority.
I stand.
But the disappointment when Terran comes in, right? Oh no, it's Terran. He's going to ruin all our LARPing and fuckery, right? Appeal to authority is where instead of making an argument premise and having evidence, you just say, but so-and-so authority says blah blah blah, therefore you're outranked by authority. Well, no, you're not. I don't care who has what position of so-called authority. I don't care if it's legitimate or illegitimate authority, it's still the same, it's still invalid. Just because someone in a position of authority says something's true doesn't make it true. And look in the world today. Do you see anyone trusting authorities today? Authority doesn't equal fact or truth. And I don't give a damn what anyone in position of authority says, or not authority. What I want to do is see the evidence, the arguments, the premises for myself. I don't give a damn what any so-called authorities say, of any kind. And similarly, appeal to popularity. I don't care if the whole world thinks the moon's made of cheese or whatever. I don't care. Why should I? Doesn't make it true. If you're appealing to authority and appealing to popularity, you're not in the pursuit of the truth. You're not arguing in good faith. You're not being honest. You're doing some real malignant shit if you're going to pull that. And that's what they always pull. Everywhere. It's very rare that you can have a conversation with someone in a so-called debate where they don't do this. Fallacies.
I stand
Perfect.
corrected.
Well done. We got the Wildcat. They're running the Wildcat. You see that? 2 running backs in the backfield.
All right, we got free speech source. The link.
And
We
it's
probably
got
won't go.
fucking contain. Don't lose contain. Ziggy.
I
don't
got
lose
this. I got my eye on the ball. It's an hour 52. You know what? I'll fucking do it live. I'll solve all your
All
problems.
right.
I'll come back after I see this and continue to solve your fucking problems.
I'll write it and I'll do it live.
Containment breached. The Doomslayer is here. We must adapt. Get the moderator powers in place. We must censor and ban. Do not allow entry at any cost. We must control this. The audience is watching. We must control this.
Yeah, did you notice how Neff didn't answer my question?
Well, I just reframed it. I don't know if you heard my response, Caleb, but yes. How do we get to the Abrahamic God? That is looming in the background. I want to get there.
Wow.
First, people want to get over the fact that they just try to dismiss that this universe needed a creator. If you can't get over that, they don't want to hear about Jesus creating it.
When I was an atheist, I'm like, look, maybe there is an intelligent designer, but don't tell me that it's the biblical God.
Well, see, if you are receptive to that, which is deism, I'd call it, and then if you take one more step to
I was receptive to the possibility. How could one rule out that the
talk to Chrome? He rules it out. Talk to angels. They rule it out.
Well, that's impossible unless you're a clown.
So that's the point. So they're not even ready to talk Jesus because they've ruled out.
You can't rule out shit you can't see. Unless it's
actually
unless it's absolutely unless it's
Let
absolutely
me go ahead.
so absurd to what
Do I
you
gotta
think
mute
you're
this
not.
fucking guy's incredulity is just gonna spill all over my fucking thought?
Yeah, that's not true. You absolutely can prove a negative.
Well, you can talk about
Yeah,
that
you
in a
can.
minute.
I can
Now,
give examples.
I'm going to make a trail for me to speak about what I'm going to talk about. Here we go. I'm doing code. I don't got time. I'm only here for a minute. Okay.
He doesn't write code. He's always there. And you don't want to know what he's doing.
You can say the man-made gods are bug, but you can't say any possible god because we can't define every possible god. So there. So you're right. I'm agnostic, not because of Christianity, wondering if that's true. It's because I can't make a god out of an unknown field of gods that I know that I got them all and they're all not true. That's the problem. You don't know what the unknown is. Until you know what the unknown is, you're going to ask these stupid questions over and over again.
With Angels Matter, it's 3 things. The 3 M's. Mute, monologue, and debate mathematics.
Ooh, let me at him.
Got it?
Oh, and by the way, there I just posted the refutation to Neff's argument in the side chat.
That's not what a refutation is. If you're going to make an argument just to provide some link. Hey, you're easily defeated. I can easily defeat you. Oh, hang on, not me. Someone else, somewhere else. You have to find him. He's hiding in some corner of the world somewhere. I don't know where he is. Here's a link. Go find him somewhere over here in the needle in a haystack. It's like playing a game of cards and you're bluffing saying you got 4 aces, but you got your hand behind your back. But trust me, pal, I got 4 aces. Well, this guy's got 3 of them. You can't have 4. Just bluffing. It's more malignant than that. It's sea lining, wasting people's time, even gaslighting, sending them malware links or threatening to send them malware, all kinds of crap. If you don't ever have a so-called debate and read from a link or refer to a link, it's over there somewhere, or even read the contents of the link. Make your own arguments or fuck off.
No, you did not. Did you forget
Angels,
premise
you're not
2?
qualified to tell me
You are
what
not
I
Neff.
can and can't do.
Therefore, you are wrong.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, Tail, but Talk Origins has an entire archive full of refutations of creationist claims. That's literally what they do.
Well, why can't you refute him yourself? This is like a toddler thug threatening to get his big brother to come after you if you don't give him your ice cream.
How much do you hate it, Chrome? Tell me. On a scale from
Oh,
0
so you're
to
gonna
10.
sit
I'm not
here and
looking
simp
for-
for
How much do you hate it?
creationism?
How much do you hate it, Chrome?
Are you gonna sit here and simp for creationism now, young Earth?
How much do
creationism?
you hate having to tell
Well,
me?
how much are you gonna? How much are you gonna?
0 to 10.
How much are you gonna promote your rape culture?
What?
Yeah, that's all you're doing is sitting here promoting rape culture. I mean, that's what this is, right?
The creepy leap?
No, that's not a creepy leap. You don't have any problem.
Leap of the creep.
You don't have any problem with the mind rape of children.
What?
That's
When
what
did I?
it is.
That I've never
Yeah,
made that
passing
statement.
off fiction to fact, fiction as fact to unsuspecting children. That's abuse. That's mind rape.
When did I ever say that?
Well, that's what you're sitting here defending right now.
No,
And that's
you're
what
just
pisses
forgetting
me off,
premise 2.
Is
You're
that you
forgetting
sit
premise
here
2.
and defend this bullshit. Yeah, that's mind rape. It's rape
Can you
culture.
please explain to Chrome why it's not bullshit? I would love to hear.
Well, the biblical God does look like bullshit. And that's something I give Chrome right off the bat. You're right.
Well,
to
he didn't say
conclude.
it looks like it. He says it looks like it tastes like it smells like it feels like it.
Okay.
Can
In
you give an
every
example why it's
sensory
bullshit?
perception, it looks, smells, and tastes like bullshit.
Give me an example.
An
So
example of
why
what?
isn't it?
You see the knee-jerk automatic response to play dumb. Someone makes an accusation, so say, give me an example of this thing you just said. What thing I just said? They're not that bad with their memory. It's intentional, and it should be seen as that and treated accordingly.
Fine.
Of
on
the Old
purpose.
Testament God being bullshit.
Donkeys don't talk.
That's New Testament, I believe.
Yeah, it's even more.
Dogs don't
yeah.
talk.
It's like we
My
know.
Rottweiler used
real
to
How
talk.
many
history.
clowns are going to talk at once?
A lot of animals with quite small brains can solve a lot of problems, puzzles, do a lot of mathematics. You know, chimpanzees are better than at short-term memory with mathematics is better than we are. And this idea that humans are so vastly beyond animals in that way, well, no, not in most areas. There's only certain areas that they are. And when it comes to language, yes, my Rottweiler started speaking certain words, just by accident, because he was the way he was verbalizing things. It sounded like certain words, so we'd make fun of him, and he started doing it on purpose. He started speaking certain words to ask for certain things, and when he's excited about a certain thing, letting everyone know that, you know, like a certain person's home, he'd say their name. And then other dogs have been taught to press buttons, even cats, to press buttons on a panel They can speak through the buttons, and no, it's not a myth. It's a real thing. Well, it's not true. Dogs. Did you say dogs don't talk? Well, yes, I've seen dogs talk.
Taryn,
I've taught dogs to
I'm
talk.
not wasting my time with you, bro. You
He
need
My
said
dog
donkey-
used
he
to
said
speak.
donkey,
I'm not here to
A
argue
few
with
words.
mental patients.
Gaslighting is the last resort of a scoundrel who is confessing that they're in the wrong and that they lost the argument. Scoundrels who gaslight like this should never be allowed to speak again. Ever.
He
I'm
thinks
gonna
you're
pass
crazy,
for you.
Aaron. We
Yeah,
gotta go through the whole thing again.
If
How do
you
we
ga-
prove
if your
Aaron's not
response
crazy?
is to gaslight, you lose every argument throughout your
Yeah,
entire life,
I
past,
know.
present,
I'm
or
a shitty
future.
lawyer.
You've already lost, dude.
I'm a shitty lawyer.
You've already
Can I
lost.
say? Yeah, it's your world, bro. I don't argue with
And you're not
crazy
fooling
people.
anyone, most
You
especially
need
yourself.
professional help.
Telling someone they need help, but not helping them yourself, right? Now that's hypocrisy right there. You want to hear a good one? Christians believe, typically traditional Christians, not all, but the Christian traditions say, the mainstream, is that the Holy Spirit is an imaginary voice in their head telling them secrets that they can't prove or show in any way. I will get gaslighted by these people. And then I'll get gaslighted by the other people, the atheist groups, who believe that they're always the agnostic atheist, which is to see, agnostic is to say that the truth cannot be known about God or just knowledge in general. It doesn't matter which. But nonetheless, saying the truth cannot be known is a claim of knowing in itself. It's kicking your own ass. And these are the people who would gaslight me, really?
You could say the same for all the Christians who believe, or Angels does say that for all the
Good.
Christians who believe in Sky Daddies, that they need help and they're crazy. Chrome is saying it. We can't just write people off because they have different worldviews, Caleb.
Yeah, that's the definition of insanity right there. That's a threat to civilization and community right there. If you think that anyone who disagrees with you is insane, you are the greatest
Ziggy,
threat the
either
world has
you're
ever
a
seen.
clown or you're fucking pure evil, and I haven't figured that out yet. You want my
Do you even
honest
know what a
take? There it
clown is? Do you even know what a clown is?
Look in the mirror.
My genetic bloodline is literally the clowns of history.
You let a mental.
Do you know what that
patient in
means?
here. It's disgusting.
We are the chosen people of the
Well,
Bible. We've been
that's
persecuted by a guild of thieves who portrays us as being a
And now
joke.
he won't pray for me, he won't love me, he won't eat my food, and now I'm pure evil, Angels. This list is growing.
Yeah, I know. It gets worse. I want to know about me. Me too, please. What am I? Come on, Serge.
I like you.
Caleb.
I like you. I said Ziggy is either doesn't understand what he's doing or he's pure evil. Why don't you play it back so you don't straw man my words? Because none of
I'm
you
not
can
used to people
fucking
liking-
have the
you know,
brain power to
I've only got
remember
like
5 minutes
what?
ago.
How many
Right?
Christians like me?
Already ahead of you, son. Hence this.
In this room right now, raise your hand if you
I
like
heard-
Angels.
I heard-
like
You're asking people in voice chat where no one's even live on video, pure voice, to raise their hands.
you. I like you. I like Ziggy.
There's one.
I just don't know if Ziggy's ignorant
Okay,
or
well,
he's
I got
intentional
nothing. I
about
won
what he's
nothing
doing.
then.
That's all.
I was
That's
all
all.
hollow.
No big deal.
false-
Go back to your fucking
false
Dunkin'
valor.
Donuts and
I
your
had
iced
false
coffee.
valor
It's all
for
good.
22 seconds. That felt good.
Go
I
back
am
to your
the tail that
fucking
wags.
Starbucks.
Why are you
Never come
blaming me?
back.
why
I
you
didn't
blaming
blame
me?
you, Ziggy. Let's be clear. What I said to you was you either
No.
don't understand what you're doing or you are fucking on their side and you're playing around. And if that's the case, we aren't going to be friends, bro. But I like you,
You said
and I'm rooting for you.
You
Yeah.
said I brought a mental patient here. I didn't bring him into
Yeah,
the
I believe so. The man thinks he's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, we're all entitled to our opinion, aren't we?
What makes somebody delusional?
Contrary to popular belief, a delusion is not a false belief, but a fixed belief. And those who would accuse others of being delusional in the context of a false belief are placing themselves as arbiters of truth. No one has that authority. I would argue that the old man upstairs himself doesn't have that authority, that he's not all-knowing. Only someone who's all-knowing and all-powerful could do that. Look up the omnipotence paradox. You confess that you're delusional, not me. Just because you disagree with my ideas that you don't even understand or know much about, doesn't mean I'm wrong. Doesn't make me delusional if I am wrong. I'm open to being wrong, therefore I cannot have a delusion. Are you?
Yeah, we should release all the mental patients,
holding a fixed belief.
because they just have their beliefs.
Let him
Right?
in here. Let him in here and ruin your fucking channel, you fucking clowns. Go ahead. Let him in here. I don't give a fuck.
Everybody should be
Let him in here
respected.
and
Caleb.
talk. I don't need this
Now
shit.
I let him in because
Hurt
now I
me.
unmuted him. So now that's me opening the door.
Oh no, I'm scared. I mean,
Thank
this
you,
poor
Ziggy. I'd like to
gentleman
respond to
needs
that
help.
accusation.
You're
A
fucking
delusion
blind.
is not a false belief.
And
it's
you're
a fixed
using him
belief.
like a pawn.
He did not ask me to come in here. I came on my own call. We finished a gaming session, so stop
Don't
accusing
worry,
me, stop
it's not
accusing
your
him,
fault,
and let me
bro.
defend myself against your accusations.
Okay, no,
A delusion is a fixed belief, not a false belief. If you're going around accusing someone of a false belief, that in itself is a delusion. If your beliefs are based on anything outside of evidence, you have a delusion. You've confirmed and confessed your own delusion, Mr.
I'm
Projection.
delusional, but I really hope you get help, bro. I really do.
That's gaslighting.
I survive
David.
assassination
Deal
attempts and
with
stuff on a
the-
regular
deal with the
basis.
charge
Yeah, I
on
need
the-
help.
Let's
Real
do it.
help.
Hey, Ziggy,
Even if he was,
I don't argue with mental patients, okay? And I don't need help here, and I don't need a cheerleader. And if you're on his team, then come at me, bro. If not, shut the fuck up.
Are you the kind of guy who goes around pushing people in wheelchairs over? You point at those with Down syndrome and kick them when in the back when they're not looking, push them in the mud and say, you're retarded. Well, I do identify as retarded, but me as this retarded state that I'm in that you don't understand is me at my worst will always be better than you at your best. Always. What does that say about you? You're so weak and pathetic that you put down disabled people or those who are lesser than you because they're unworthy of their time. Well, those people are worthy of my time and you're not. You have no content, dude. You're sitting there gaslighting to random people on the internet. You're as weak and pathetic as it gets,
Yeah,
dude.
I know I am, sir. I just hope you get help. I wish I could cast those demons out of you.
Yeah, I cast demons out with a punishment
I'm
with
sure
a hammer.
you do.
Now that's delusional.
Yeah. Good. We'll see who the delusion person is. Let Tehran do all your
Let
thinking,
the
fucking
world see.
fucking clowns.
Record
You say
this
you
and let
want
the world
truth,
see.
You don't want it.
Let the world
you
see
want
this
it?
behavior and judge you for what
do
you're
you
doing.
not
You damn well know exactly what the world's going to see about this. Hiding in dark corners of the internet, gaslighting and muting people and talking crap like this and calling everyone mental patients and stuff.
No, just
You damn well know exactly
Just
what the
you,
real
sir.
world will see
I
through
didn't
this.
call anyone else a mental patient.
Let's
Most
say
definitely.
he was a mental patient. That statement he just made, those 20 to 30 words, are no less true coming from a mental patient or a sane person. Do you deny it, Caleb?
That's, I mean, Ziggy, what? Oh my gosh.
Well, I can't
Okay,
answer his
at
question.
what point do all of these rationalists start using
Yes
the
or no? You can answer too, Chrome. You thinking Terrence
Yeah,
crazy.
at what
That
point?
statement
Yeah,
he just made
yes,
is
Ziggy.
still true.
Here's
Regardless if
here's how you separate fact from fiction. There's
I'm not
this thing,
asking you that question.
there's this
Answer my
thing
question.
called Ziggy. There's this thing called a reality check. If what you believe doesn't line up with fucking reality, it's probably not true.
Yeah, I don't disagree with
Okay,
you.
let's
I'll grant
check
you
it.
that. I'll grant you that. Thank you for saying something completely
Let's
unrelated
check
to
it.
my
Let's do a
question.
reality check.
My statement was, even if he's sitting there in a mental institution in a straitjacket, that last sentence he made is still correct and true.
Hey,
and we can
Ziggy?
benefit. Yes?
Yeah,
Can you ask me any question?
you know
Ask
what?
me any yes or no question
Ziggy,
right now.
I can
Real quick.
I can grant that even a broke clock is right twice a day.
Okay, fine. But so my point critique is, so if he said something that is cogent, intelligent, and true, why would the response to it be, "Shut up, you're crazy"?
Hey, Ziggy, can you just ask me real quick a coherent yes or no question right now, real quick?
We're just pointing out that he is
1
mental.
plus 3, Terran.
Probably
That's not a
shouldn't
yes
be
or no
taken.
question. A yes or no
Sorry,
question.
yes or no?
Yeah.
Do you like females?
Allow me to demonstrate.
Yes. Do you see how quick and easy it is for me to answer a yes or no question? Why can't
Yeah,
you do the
that's
same?
rather not uncontroversial. And it's completely subjective. But when it comes to things that
It doesn't matter. He asked me a yes or no question. I immediately answered the question. Why can't you? That's a sign of insanity right there.
yeah. Oh, here comes the.
So
yeah.
now he's demonstrating, Chrome. Maybe if you're not connecting the dots.
We're gonna flip
I
this.
did ask you a question. I wanted your opinion on it, and instead of giving me a quick yes or no answer, which that's what he's demonstrating, you talked about doing some test to tell.
No,
what's
I'm
true and
trying
wrong.
to actually stay on point. I'm not interested in these like psychotic little derails of yours.
So
I
that's
don't
fine.
see any
Now,
questions
then
being
what you need
answered.
to say, and what you should have said when you opened your statement is, Ziggy, even though you asked me something, I'm going to completely ignore you. You're not worthy of response. I'm changing the subject to something new. See, I thought I was giving you the mic to answer my
Well, no,
question.
that's
You were just
not
trying to
what
belittle me.
What I actually said was I was actually trying to stay on point, which was the guy is a mental patient, or should be.
Well, it takes one to know one.
That's the point.
Okay. You can hold that opinion.
I mean,
And okay,
just because
if that
he's
was
medical,
hypothetically true,
getting-
why is that even
even
what does that even matter? If I was, what is it? What importance does that have? What's the point of saying that?
Well, I just happen to agree with Caleb.
What is the point of saying?
you're-
So you can't answer a simple question. Answer the question.
It's like trying to argue with
You're a whack job.
trying to argue with somebody like Taryn is like trying to argue with somebody like Neff or Mr. Batman or some.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are our news contestants. Mr. Batman versus Terror. A quick breakdown of the score sheet. Mr. Batman is up the scale. We've measured him previously at 345 pounds. Terran, being the Holy Spirit, does not measure anything. He's 0 pounds. The weight's on Mr. Batman's side here. He has the advantage. Mr. Batman's height is measured at 3 feet 5 inches. A little bit on the short side. Terran is measured at 30,000 feet. That would make him the highest of all mountains, as the prophecies say. Mr. Batman's reach is 4 inches. That's as short as a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't think he'll be getting anyone pregnant this round. Terran's reach is infinite. He can reach you anywhere, anytime. That is one big advantage. For the weapon of choice, we have a bookmark versus a hammer. Mr. Batman's special move is to accuse you of every sin under the sun and demand you go straight to hell. Terran's special move is to judge you by your own rules and send you straight to purgatory himself. Let's get ready to rumble! Can you please answer the question? What is your reasoning? What is your point that you're saying that for? Why are you saying that?
Your hair in the back of your neck should be standing tail, because this is dehumanizing people. To be able to mute them, to be able to abuse them, to say you are in this category of that which I find inferior. So shut up, bitch.
You know you can't fix stupid, right?
And Ziggy, where does that lead? If these people had government powers, where would that lead?
Bad.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why I
you
called
can't
out Tail,
fix
because I know he's the advocate. He's got a sense for it. When he sees it, he doesn't tolerate it. And I feel like you guys are doing that right now. Even if he was crazy, we can have pity, we have mercy.
Ziggy, if you really want to go down that, I don't think you want to go down that. Because you
Gaslighting
made
is the
somebody
weapon of a
alive.
scoundrel who has lost the argument.
We're talking
The last
all around
resort
the problem.
weapon of a
Do we
scoundrel.
want to deal with the subject, or we want to? Is the conversation is like Terran crazy and
Yeah,
never
the
to be
subject
listened to?
is should
Yeah,
we?
I
should
just
we
want to say
listen
one thing to
mental
Ziggy, please. real quick, Ziggy.
That's the
The
question.
reason why I end up being a focus of conversation when I'm around is because I can simply answer yes/no questions, and people are looking for answers, and people are just fucking around won't answer questions. And because I answer quickly and precisely, people are interested in asking me. I'm not dominating conversations. I'm just the only one who's willing to answer questions. So I suggest you guys do the same. If someone asks a question, answer it. If you say I don't know, just say I don't know. Just answer the question.
Do you think you have all the answers?
I don't have the answers to every single question, but I do have the answers to every single important issue in the world today, and more to come.
Okay.
Now that's a claim. Test it, Chrome. Don't just write them
Yeah,
off.
that's a
and say you're
testable
wrong.
claim.
No, I can immediately dismiss that.
All right,
Do
go
it.
ahead,
Do it
test
then. Do it. Do it.
No, I can. I don't need to do anything.
Exactly. You're bluffing. You're
What
bluffing.
can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence.
Hey, Ziggy, if we were playing a game of poker, we've got a couple of cards that we got. They don't even have cards. They don't just have a bad hand. They don't have cards at all.
What did Chrome just
Here,
say?
here comes the
Chrome, he's giving
here
you,
comes the bluffing. Yeah.
he gave you a falsifiable claim, and you're just like, I don't want to falsify it.
That's the point. You picked up on it. It is definitely falsifiable.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah,
now
it is
put it to the test and demonstrate to us all
Just
so we can
because
all
he
write
has
it off.
an answer doesn't mean it's the correct answer.
Well,
Yeah,
test
that's
it. It's a
true. That's
testifiable,
true for Any
falsifiable.
person ever. Any answer ever could be false.
Are you scared to do it, or
Exactly.
you just not know
No,
how
the
to
point
do it?
is
Which one
just
it?
because he claims to have answers to all the important questions doesn't mean they're the right answers.
Yeah,
He
so-
Okay,
has-
Chrome, I'm
demonstrate
open to
More-
the possibility
and
of being
even
wrong
more-
of you.
no, even more to the point, anyone who claims to have the correct answer is delusional, because that's the reason he's basically claiming to have mental powers that the rest of humanity does not possess.
I never
Every
claimed
person
such a
thinks
thing.
that their answers are right. People just don't
Yeah, but
retardedly hold views
I
that they
never-
think are wrong.
Okay, so the
Crime, I
point
never
is
claimed
we
such a
do
thing.
have-
I never
we
claimed
do
such a
have
thing.
wicked problems, as Angel points out, that there are no clear, easy answers, and anybody that thinks there's a clear, easy answer is probably delusional.
When did he say clear?
Why are
He
you
just said he
falsely?
had
Why are you
answers.
accusing me of something I did not say? I never said that I had some unique mental powers. I never said that.
And he didn't say he had clear, easy answers. He just said that all of the big problems he has answers for.
Wait, according to Ziggy, he absolutely
Yeah, and
does
some.
seem to
Can I
have
just add to that?
powers.
Now
I
you
could
put
say
words
that
in
I
my
have.
mouth. How many people's
Wait.
mouths are you gonna put words into
Do
today?
you or
Yeah.
do you not have like mental powers?
No, he
We
just
all
said he
have
didn't.
mental powers, and every mental power I have, all of you, most people are capable of quite easily, and I teach these things to people. All my mental powers I teach to people, and they can do it themselves. So no,
like
what you're saying
remote
is not true.
viewing? Remote viewing, is that one of them?
Remote viewing.
To a degree, but it typically needs the assistance of technology to be usable.
Which he's
Well,
right.
Ted,
Studies in the
according to
government.
Taylor, you can you've predicted numbers that he randomly selected anonymously, blah blah blah.
That was testifiable. It was tested. They tested me, and I passed the test.
Yeah,
I don't claim. I never claimed to have such powers, dude.
You passed
Yeah,
a test under uncontrolled conditions. I don't think that.
No, it was controlled conditions with witnesses, and I passed consistently. And I never claimed to have those powers, yet I passed anyway.
Oh, okay.
Not only that, I showed how I did it without any supernatural powers that anyone can learn. So stop misrepresenting me.
Okay. So Tail misrepresented it. Okay, cool. That's
So
nice.
That test is a standard that a lot of people would think is the highest of standards. I don't, but they do. Most people
You're
do,
just
and I
unwilling.
passed their own
said
standard.
exactly what I said,
Let's be charitable.
and I would
Tyrone.
say
You're
it
just-
again.
No,
Not
you
that
said he
you-
had these weird, creepy powers.
I know what I said. Not only did I say it, but I would
You
say it
said-
again.
You said you couldn't explain it. Yeah, and he sat here and just said he explained it to you.
Tails.
No,
who's
Terry was
wrong
very
here?
clear about what
Well, that's not what you
is
said.
and when was not. I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
didn't. You said it was. You had
I
no
think you
idea.
misconstrued what we both said, dude.
I said what I said, and I would say it again, Chrome.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
what's happening is, I'll be
Probably won't say it again.
Chrome. I'll just say you're unwilling, and if you're unwilling, then sit down. Just sit down. If you're unwilling to do what must be done at this point, then sit down and shut up.
What must be
Anybody
done?
Yeah,
What
if
must
anyone-
be done?
and put this man to the test. He said he's got an answer to every fucking problem facing the earth.
I don't-
Put him to
I
the
Every
test.
major problem,
I don't need-
and probably a lot more than that.
I mean, if he actually had anything, he wouldn't be some clown on Discord right now.
Or he's playing with demons. How'd you say that, Caleb?
He says, I'm either a clown or pure evil.
But yeah, I'll let clown
See,
show.
I say things that are testable, and I beckon people to test me.
Yeah, it's just weird.
I don't
to,
sit
like,
there from an arbitrary position of power making claims that are
Chrome
unprovable.
calling you a clown isn't like refuting anything you say. It's just really cringe.
Yeah, it's not just cringe. It reeks of invalidity. I think he's validated himself from the discussion, past, present, or future, by acting that way. The moment you start gaslighting someone in debate like that, you lose those rights forever. You don't get to debate ever again.
Yeah, like
you act in bad faith once. You always.
I feel like Chrome would probably say.
I wish that were true.
I feel like Chrome would probably say that
he can like all day, every day.
I feel like Chrome would probably say like most God concepts, if not all God concepts, he could have like a good refutation to them, and like that they would all like not meet a good burden of proof, right? And then someone could just say, "Oh, you think you're smarter than every human being on the planet, and you have some capability to know these things?" It's literally the exact same thing you're doing.
Well, no, I mean this guy actually does. Okay, I won't strawman him. Maybe he doesn't specifically claim. I've heard other people claim that he seems to have some sort of psychic powers.
Seems to. Chrome. All right, hold on. Look, this will be the third time, right? I'm saying it on behalf of him.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking.
He has said twice that he does not have mental powers. He's just saying he's thought about all of the big problems that people are going to bring up and thinks that he has a good and accurate answer to those. And your response is, so you're a retard, I'm not going to talk to you.
No, that's not.
Well, it is true. I am retarded, but you likely don't know what that means. Retarded from what to what? Me, my most retarded seems to be better than any of them at their best.
Okay, hold on. So, Terrence, I'll ask you point blank.
Yeah.
Do you or do you not have, like, psychic powers? What would be considered, like, psychic? Like, parapsychic,
Basically, my mental capacity, while I would be classified as quite an exceptional genius, but most of the things that I have, and there's no supernatural abilities with my mental capacity
I didn't
at all.
say supernatural. I said
I don't have
very
any.
normal.
I have, and the word psychic can mean all kinds of things. Let's just say that my mental abilities are within the range that most people in this world are able to reach. There's nothing that unusual
Able to
about them.
reach, so you've ascended somehow. Okay.
No, I haven't ascended. I've
He asked you a
descended.
simple question that you didn't answer. He said, "Do you have psychic powers?"
Okay, so let me ask you again.
No differently than the rest of you.
When you said earlier, like, "Oh, you
Okay, would it be considered
No differently than the rest of you.
Question and you didn't answer it.
But would
No
it be,
differently to
would
the
it
rest of
fall
you.
That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking specifically is, would it fall into the category of paranormal phenomenon?
If you don't know what they're doing here, they're asking trick-loaded questions with vague words, with vague definitions that can mean anything. And I can't answer a question that's so vague unless they precisely define context. And they're just dancing around, trying to lay traps. See what they're doing, and this is a very common practice of someone who has lost the argument. Laying traps, throwing grenades on the ground, mines on the ground. Trying to get you on something, trip you up, and misconstrue words and blah, 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 blah. And misquote you. As for my mental abilities, no.
Okay. All right. Now that we've got that straight. So everybody that said that, I can just say they either misunderstood.
I only claim to have one supernatural power, that I'm incorruptible. That's it.
So you're
one remaining.
Wait. Do you say that you're incorruptible?
Okay.
Correct.
That's
well, that's a thing, but okay.
Yeah, it's a claim.
So if you guys,
it's also
want to
testable
go with
too,
that,
isn't it?
This is day 2 with the troll.
It's also testable.
No, it's not.
Everything
testable.
I say is testable.
I'll tell you what. If I was the type of person I once was, and I beat your face in, it would be very corruptive.
Well, are there any prophecies about you smashing balls with a hammer? Any government officials and assassins at your door, breaking into your home, referring to you on hidden camera as being a real-life Neo. No one seems to be afraid of you, but they are of me.
To be properly tested.
No, it will be damaged, but not corrupted, dude.
It would
That's
be
not what corruption
damaged,
is.
corrupted, you know. So I mean, okay, when you say that,
Okay,
you say like that you can't die. Like, are you saying that you can't?
Oh, you were talking
die?
to the other guy.
No, I never said anything like that.
Okay.
Are you like talking to the side chat or something?
Be quiet, Cromwell. How about that?
I think maybe he has one of us muted.
I think he has me muted because I muted him. But
Okay, I'm talking to was it?
It's
Sergeant
Chrome.
It sounds like you got him muted.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do I have Sergeant muted? Oh, shit.
Yeah, he probably does.
Sorry.
I muted
I
him.
didn't realize I had you. No, I usually don't mute people. I don't know why.
Imagine how pathetic and weak this is. That this is a chronic thing that they all do, not just in this server, all over the place. Is you lose an argument with someone, you get humiliated, so you either serve and mute, silence, censor them, bully, threaten them. But if you can't do that, you just locally mute them so that you just can't hear them while you're talking to someone, but you can't hear them. But imagine what the audience thinks of that. Just being a pest for a start, just talking over people and acting like a toddler. I don't know what else to say. It's so bad. It's so pathetic. I just solved a problem just then. Didn't know how easy was that.
Muted you probably.
Can I just say something about the problems that I claim I can solve? Almost all of them, if not all of them, are actually very simple and easy to solve. None of them are difficult for me, and they shouldn't be difficult for any of you.
Well, it's kind of funny because you
Answer's
are
God.
corrupted in demonic forces and spiritual wickedness.
There we go.
I blow the wind of God. The wind of God.
Is that a
Okay,
claim?
put that to the
Is that a
test.
claim?
Yes,
That's
is that a
claim.
testable
No,
claim?
it's true though because we
But
can
it's a claim, right?
It's
a
true
claim.
though. That's
we can
It's a
test
claim?
it
Cop out.
biblically. Oh, it's a claim. It's a claim. It's a claim. Yeah. Well, so is him saying that he's incorruptible.
No, no,
That's
no,
what-
You already
no,
said
someone-
that.
someone-
You already
why
said that,
didn't-
Sergeant.
Why didn't you say it was a claim when he said that?
No,
I didn't
no,
have
no,
to.
Because
You
I'm
did.
asking you to test me. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
Sergeant,
avoid
he-
being tested
no
like
one,
you.
No one made said that what you said is a claim. Someone asked if it is a claim, and Tyrion already said that it's a claim and asked people to falsify it. Right?
Exactly,
Is your claim
Okay, this is
falsifiable?
really easy. This is really easy. Okay, ready?
What are you having a problem with, Sergeant?
This is super
Now,
easy.
is it
There's no
falsifiable,
problem.
and are you
I'm
willing?
having a
Are you
problem with
keen
those
on
cheerleaders
falsifying it and testing it?
on the sideline? That's what I'm having a problem with.
Difficulty. You're having a difficulty.
Yeah. It's really easy. Taryn, did Jesus Christ create all things?
Not that I know of.
Okay, bam. He's corrupted. Over. That was
No,
really
no.
easy.
Yeah. What's the
GG.
justification?
GG.
What's the
GG.
justification?
What do you mean? What's the justification? He claims to be a Christian, but he does not believe in the core, testable
Tyrion,
doctrine
are you a Christian?
that Scripture
I am what's
says.
called a Christian atheist. And I'll put it up in the VC text chat if people
So-
don't
so I
understand what that
just-
means.
Yeah,
Most Christians are in
that's an
fact
I
Christian
just
atheists.
proved that he is corrupted. Okay, I just proved it with one simple question. Isn't that great? How
What does
how,
it mean
how
to be
glorious
corrupted?
the truth of God speaks?
VC text chat explains
it's
the
amazing.
basics of what I am.
It's amazing how
There's a lot more to
beautiful
that,
the Word of
too, by the way.
God.
So you're amazed.
Great.
Is that what we're
I
hearing?
am-
That you're
I am
amazed,
in
Sergeant?
awe of God, of how easily His truth refutes falsehood. I am always in awe of that. And you people that are on this server make me more and more in awe of it every time I engage.
Tyrion,
with
this like chart is like so dumb on like so many levels, right?
Why?
So again,
What's the definition of a Christian?
Someone who follows Jesus.
Yeah, someone who believes in God, presumably, right?
No.
Somebody who exalts.
Someone who follows Jesus. It's in the
somebody
name,
who
Christ
exalts
Ian.
Jesus
And
to
Ian
the
is a
highest.
follower, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
somebody
yeah,
somebody
A
who
Christ
is
follower.
exalting Jesus to the highest. Okay,
Hold on,
as
hold on.
God.
This idea that
Sergeant,
you can be
please.
an atheist, like, look, atheism is going to be like the denial or the rejection
No.
of God. Yes. Do you want
No, I'll
the
show
Stanford?
you. I'll
do
show
want
you
the
another
Stanford
image.
Encyclopedia? Yeah, here. I'll just give you the Stanford Encyclopedia.
No, no,
Philosophy
just look.
definition.
Yeah, go look very clear. There's two forms of atheism. There's strong and weak atheism. Go look that up if you don't know what it is. There's also strong and weak forms of
Whatever, it's
Christianity.
irrelevant. What entails being a Christian
VC check chat explains.
Okay, is that you're exalting Christ.
Second, it's like just like how you can be a Jew and an atheist. You can be
Okay, this guy just comes in out of nowhere and doesn't even know what we're talking about.
This fucking guy comes out of nowhere, kicks our asses.
This would be the guy that looks like Batman.
I didn't say he looked like Batman.
You did, Trail. You said the guy looked like Batman.
I said like a mask and stuff.
And a cape? Yeah, like Batman.
I never said Batman!
Whoa, 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 whoa! Nowhere.
You can be a
This guy just came out of nowhere.
Oh, come on.
An atheist. You can be a cultural Christian and be an atheist.
And it's Mike, okay, a cultural Christian and be an atheist. No. No.
Well, this is a well-known and widely followed concept.
I
See?
understand what you're saying, but that's not being a Christian. I understand what you're saying. That's not
What
being
you're doing is you committing the no true Christian fallacy right now. So,
Dumbass, it's called the no true Scotsman fallacy. And as you can see, I am a true Scotsman.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The Bible.
You're saying that there's a standard,
No,
right?
being a you're either listen. A Christian is somebody who posits a firm belief. You don't know what a Christian is, then, sir. Sorry, Nathan. You don't know what a Christian is.
I'm not going to take your esoteric definition of what a Christian is.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to your nonsense and you defining what a Christian is. That's what I'm not going to do.
How long is it going to take you to not listen to Nathan's nonsense, by the way?
How long is it going to take you to turn to Christ and stop being a child, Tails?
No true Scotsman fallacy being pulled here. Go ahead, Nate.
Notice the VC text chat. I'm showing what atheism actually is.
Yeah, you're using.
There are two major forms of
true
Christianity.
Scotsman
You're using like Oxford language.
Stupid. Okay.
I
listen,
don't
listen.
care.
This is
Your
always
Stanford
so
is not
stupid and
is not any
ignorant.
more of an authority than Oxford, dude.
You
Neither
know
of them
how
are an
ignorant
authority.
it is to talk about no true
So
Scotsman
in
with
context of
Christianity?
philosophical concepts like this, the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy isn't an
Well, I'm
authority.
saying it's unavoidable. Like, I just throw it out there because that's what happens a lot. The no true Scotsman, that is.
Why don't you more
but- no,
accurately read
I get
the
it, That's
definition?
what he's saying, but you know how ignorant that is for a Christian. Like if Nathan is claiming that he is, to say the Bible is very clear. There are many people who think that they are Christian, but truly aren't. Okay. The Bible says that narrow is the way that leads to life and the broad is the way that leads to destruction. So therefore, we could see biblically, you could come up with any fallacy that you want. When it comes down to it, there are many who are called, there are few who are chosen. Okay? So there are a lot of people who profess to be a Christian who just aren't. Okay, you could call no true Scotsman. I don't care what your fallacy claims to be. I care about what God's word says.
Show me the Stanford dictionary. That it's not coming up. It's just coming up as an encyclopedia, which looks like a bunch of blog entries.
I gave you the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, and then
I don't see it. I don't see it. Where?
You scroll up below your two images, and then you click on the link I gave. It has
that's
atheism and
not
agnosticism.
no. That's
and then the first thing.
That's not the definition. That's not a dictionary, dude. It's a blog entry.
Sorry, I'm not gonna
on
talk to
philosophy.
retard.
It's not a dictionary.
A blog entry.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Be very wary of this. They pull this shit all the time. They'll just look something up and they won't even read what they're Googling. They're desperate for fake ammo and they just, whatever comes first, they use it as fake evidence. They never even read it. And most of the time, and this is intended on purpose by these websites that are totally all sold out now, is they have these blog entries and stuff and journalist crap. And that's all you're reading. You're not reading anything that's actually authoritative and has evidence or whatever you want to call it. It's just a shitbag just talking crap. This particular one, however, is just some philosopher dude's writing. He wrote this article thing before he died, and this is what's coming up on the search. It's from some archive. It's not even like active. It's just some archive crap. That's all it is. They don't even read their own crap. I'm really sick of this shit that they pull. What pisses me off is that most people, almost everyone, won't even bother doing research. That's why they don't know in the first place. They go to the effort, they will know. But most people don't, and they do this to try to deceive people and harm people and exploit people. Go look up the definition of the word, not from a...
I have officially falsified Terran's view. He's not a Christian. He does not believe that Jesus created all things. He does not believe that he's God. So therefore, he is corrupted by the Christian worldview. GG.
You have to believe me.
No, that's by your Christian worldview. Tails,
the first two things are the definitions, Tyrion, on the Stanford. If you,
that is not a dictionary, dumbass.
You're just showing me.
That is not a dictionary.
It's not worth arguing with this guy, bro.
Yeah,
Go look at the link, literally plato.stanford.edu.
Yes.
That's not a dictionary.
Why ought it be a dictionary?
It's not a dictionary.
Why ought it be a dictionary?
You didn't even look. Well, why doesn't Microsoft.com become a dictionary? It's not what it is. That's not what that website is.
Answer my fucking question. Why ought
because
it be
it's not. It's. I told you what it is. It is a philosophy blog.
Why ought it be a dictionary? Why do I need to give you a
Well,
dictionary?
I'm not the one arguing it is a dictionary. You are. It's not a dictionary, dude.
I said the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy has a definition, right? If you click on the first thing that says definition of atheism,
yeah.
It does have a definition. So nothing I said's wrong.
It's not a dictionary, dude.
Dictionary, you fucking monkey.
It's not a different. It's not a dictionary. It's not a dictionary.
No one
dude.
said it was a dictionary. Why does it need to be a dictionary?
Okay, look at the first line. I'll post it here. Look at the very first line of your own.
Why are you avoiding my question?
It is not a dictionary. You have no substance to back up that it is. Nonetheless, that web page tries to define what the writer believes is what atheism is, and read the first line. Proves you wrong and me right.
All words have like related and multiple meanings. Yes, that's true. But when you try, because he's trying to say, he says that he's an atheist Christian, which is gonna be Christianity is gonna be like theism, right? Like analytically. So you're both a theist and a theist, meaning the opposite of theist. You're just a retard if you hold that position.
No, that's not what atheism is, and this is well known. Go look in any dictionary.
Right? He follows Jesus Christ's teachings, right? He follows the teachings of Jesus Christ. He's saying that he is a follower of Jesus. That's what makes him Christian. But he doesn't believe in God.
That's just not going to be the common
Shall we get a
definition
list of
Christianity.
dictionaries here?
Is that not good?
Hold on, let me ask Taryn a clarifying question. Taryn, would it be correct to say
You're feeling the
you're a
popularity.
fan of the values of Christianity, but lack the belief of the Christian God? Or would you reject that statement?
No, look, there are two major forms of Christianity. Those who just take the red letter words of Jesus for what they are, and then there's those who add all this additional orbital shit, like the likes of Paul, for example, who corrupted and twisted what he said and went against what he said. Most of these people follow Paul more than Jesus. They just put Jesus up as a puppet. They don't really follow Jesus.
Because I think what you're doing is, as I understand it, what most people think is Christianity today, colloquially, you want to say that's not correct. The way you understand it is the real Christian.
Well, I don't think you're representing most people. You're not qualified to represent most people.
Can you answer my question just from the point of view of a colloquial Christian, so Christian values, Christian morality?
I'm not going to speak for someone else. Let them speak for themselves, and I don't care what some or most people think. I only care about what's right or wrong, what the truth is.
Yeah, when you say you're a Christian, you follow the teachings of Jesus, right? 1 Corinthians 8:6, like Jesus specifically teaches that there is one true God.
No,
so
he doesn't.
Believe in one true God.
Who wrote
Okay,
No, Jesus is not in the book of Corinthians, dude. That was written by Paul.
Yeah, so
These are the words of Paul, not Jesus. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You quote things thinking it's Jesus, but it's not. This is Paul.
Do you? I can find like specific instances where Jesus is specifically talking. If you want like red letter in the King
No,
James
he's not.
version.
He's not speaking in Corinthians, dude.
No,
he's being
I'm saying I can find alternative instances. Oh my God, you have to be a monkey.
Jesus only speaks in the Gospels, dude.
Dakota ring. You want the Dakota ring or not? Listen.
You're wasting your time.
Imagine you were to rewrite the Bible and
You're wasting your time.
You're gonna leave some books in. That's where he's coming from. So you probably taking Corinthians. That's not in his Bible.
Yeah,
So,
that's
like-
fine. If he only wants to talk about specifically what Jesus said, I will find where Jesus specifically says that God exists, and that would be a teaching.
Where does it say that in Corinthians?
Hold on, I
Show
said
me.
I
Show
will
me
find
right
a
now.
separate
Show me right now.
instance. God,
Show
you're
me
bad
right
at
now.
English.
Show me right now in the book of Corinthians where Jesus speaks and says these things.
I just told you that it could be the case that it's not
All right, listen, let's clear the
Corinthians,
floor.
and I
The
will find you an
challenge has been
instance
made.
where
Listen,
God
let's just
specifically
chill.
says these things.
Yeah, and what does he mean by God? He says, "My Father." So he said he spoke in very specific terms.
and
He
I'm gonna
never
mute you,
referred to
Trick.
himself
We're
as
gonna turn you
I.
guys back on.
He always said
Continue
"Son of
this when
Man."
you got the evidence.
Ziggy, can you fill me in what's going on? Like, what's the whole problem with Trick?
Well, from a high level, what's going on is people trying to understand Terran's worldview, just to put it simply.
Oh, Terran. Okay, and Terran claims to be a Christian, I heard, and when he was arguing with the Calvinist.
Terran claims to be a lot of
You
things.
made friends with the Pantheists? Oh, Eon, welcome.
Yeah. Welcome to the party, Eon.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Let me give you,
I thought we were banned.
I gotta
I
jump
thought
Eon
you
in.
banned yourself from.
Terran is not
Echo
only a
ban on
Christian
that.
atheist, he's the
Did you
Holy
ban yourself?
Spirit, he's the founder of Anonymous, he's a time travel interdimensional being.
Yeah,
His brother
yeah.
is known as the Dark One. Okay?
We
So
are all
he
that,
has
dude.
all the answers to every problem in mankind. If you would like to ask him a question, we could do that. Or he doesn't have to be the topic. Right now I'm just pausing because Trick and Terran are doing something. Trick is gonna find something. I would like Terran to respond to it. Anybody else, the floor is open to go any other which direction, but that's what you walked into, Ian.
It's just an echo
Oh,
chamber.
okay. Well, may I speak to Terran real quick to try to get it without people like Calvinist trolling him and stuff? Like, I
Well,
can
let me
actually.
check with Tail. Let me check with Angels if they want to do some house cleaning first, and then yes, we'll absolutely let you go.
Okay. Okay.
Tail or Angels, any way to direct this river that you see fit, go for it. If not, I'm turning Terran back.
I'm in favor. I'm in favor. Caleb doesn't want to. We've already done it. Go ahead, Eon.
Thank you, Angels.
And Trick,
That's-
ping
that's
us when you ping us when you got what you need, and then we'll go back with you. Go ahead, Terran. I think Eon, he's a long standing server member. He's a Christian Calvinist destroyer. I think he has a question for you if you're willing to answer it, Terran.
Welcome back, Eon. Good to see you, brother. I just wanted to say.
Thank you, man.
I would
Why
like
would
to
you
first
recommend-
establish what atheism is because I'm giving
Why did you
dictionary
recommend
after
that?
dictionary here.
Well, Terran,
And
as
he's
a
just wrong.
Christian, we both know what atheism really is. It's
Well,
the belief that God
apparently
does not
people here
exist.
don't. Apparently people don't. People think that there's no neutral form of atheism. There's no strong or weak atheism.
Oh, there's strong and weak forms of everything, every ideology.
Yeah, but do you know what that means?
Yeah, people are going crazy in this world, right?
This is well known, and if you don't know strong and weak atheism, then remove yourself from criticizing people who do know.
Right, so I'm with you on that. I agree. I agree
This
there.
is
I
a
agree with you.
well-known thing. I'll show you link. I can show hundreds of links on this.
I agree with you. People believe what they want to believe, and some people are strong atheists. Some people are weak atheists.
No,
some
that's not
people
what a
even-
strong and weak atheist means.
Oh, I don't care
That's
how
not
it's
what it
defined.
means.
I mean, just by
Well,
logical
go look.
implication.
Yeah, exactly. If people don't know what this means, then hush, zip it, and go research until you're qualified to talk
I know what
about it.
words mean. The words you're using has an
These are
implication to them.
terms.
So what might help, we could probably at Eon. He posted a graphic, is what he's referencing. That had
Yeah, I think I've read. Okay, and who made that graph?
the Venn di- I don't know, but here I'll bring it to the top. EION. Or, yeah,
I can send it again.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm showing all these links. Like, this is well known. This is universally accepted by anyone who is actually active in these topics.
Well, I'm guessing the belief for you mean God, right? The Christian God.
Or any monotheistic god, and there's all kinds of.
Well, as a Christian point of view, there is only one. So in my
no,
point
that's
of view,
not a
this is-
Christian point of view at all. That's just not true. You don't represent most Christians. Most Christians are in fact Christian atheists. They rarely go to church, if ever.
No, most Christians
They
are
believe in the earthly
false
teachings
Christians.
of Jesus, and they don't follow all these stupid traditions. And Paul, especially Paul. There's been many wars over this throughout history.
Well, there's a lot of false Christians, but it depends of how you're defining Christianity. Because what traditions are you talking about?
I define it by using language. It is a compound word, Christian. Do you know what Christian means?
Follower of Christ.
Yes. And Christ being a nickname given to Jesus by people who knew him in his day, therefore a Jesus follower.
But a lot of people
Okay.
call themselves Christians that aren't followers of Christ. They're followers of some
Yeah.
ideology.
Like Paul. Are you
No,
follow
Paul
Paul
was
or
a
you follow
Christian.
Jesus? I don't care if he's a Christian. Do you follow Jesus or do you follow Paul? You can't follow both. Paul taught a lot
we
of things that
follow
went against what
Jesus
Jesus
just
said.
like Paul followed Jesus.
No, he didn't follow Jesus. He went against the teachings of Jesus. And I don't care. You cannot follow both Paul and Jesus. It's one or the other.
No, he did not.
You're just a
Paul did
Paulian.
not go against the
who's-
teachings. He was
then
chosen by
then you're the
Jesus to be an
definition of a
apostle.
fake Christian. Then you're a definition of a fake Christian. You're a Paulian, not a Christian.
So you don't have the meat of Scripture, which is Paul's writings. Like you don't.
So
understand
you're just
the
saying
spiritual-
hollow crap. You just shit talk. That's even gaslighting, dude. That's just,
No, it's
that's
only crap
gaslighting.
to those who don't have the Spirit. who are
It seems that
spiritually
I'm the one
discerned.
who understands what strong and weak form means. So
I-
I'm the
I
one who's
wanna-
sourcing himself, not you.
I want to let
So
you
don't
just take over.
speak down to me
I
like
just
that,
wanna
son.
say, Tyrion, I put the Bible verse where Jesus is specifically talking and refers to God's kingdom, implying God's existence.
I don't see it where.
I'm sorry. If you scroll up, you'll see it. I'm not gonna sit here and like relink it. I'm in the middle of a video game.
Oh, I make video games. Unlike the likes of Angels and Co, who are master coders who can never show a single line of working code in their life.
무기가 안 보이려니.
No, I don't see it. I see a Luke. I see Luke. That's not Corinthians. That's Luke.
Oh my God, you're so dumb, dude. I conceded the Corinthians thing to you and said, yes, you're right. Jesus isn't specific.
You're changing your story all over the place.
I'm not changing the story. I conceded to you. It's not a changing of story. I said, you're right. I'm wrong. Here is an actual Bible verse where Jesus is talking.
Can I read it out? Can I read the quote out?
I'm in the middle of a video game. You read it and talk to Eon. I'm bowing out.
I can read it out right now because that is the topic at hand here.
Kind
of got hijacked.
I would like to give context to Eon just before you read it, real briefly.
Yeah, sure.
Because Taryn is saying part of his worldview is a Christian atheist, so the atheist part being no God, he was challenging the room to find a Bible verse specifically from Jesus talking about that there is a God, to give him reason to believe in this God. And Trick has just provided the verse.
That is high. Now I understand why the other fellow is a little bit annoyed. Because that's just
can
the
you
most
just remove
retarded
yourself
thing
from the
I've heard all
conversation
day.
and let me deal with this, please? Let me just intrude in your conversation, misrepresent you, talk over you, and call you retarded, and I win. Luke.
So you're saying the entire
Let
Bible
me speak
proves
for
God.
myself.
He's going to read the verse, he's going to respond, and
Yeah.
you're welcome to...
It's not just
Don't
the verse, it's
interrupt.
the whole
Don't,
entire
Eon,
Bible.
Eon, golden rule here, Eon. Do not interrupt someone who's as an outsider to a conversation with. So what you're saying is, let them speak for themselves.
So go ahead,
So
Taryn.
Luke 17,
Yeah,
20 to
Taryn,
21.
do you believe you call yourself
Can
a
you
Christian,
please
but you don't
butt
believe
out?
in God?
Can you please butt out and try to stop hijacking the topic,
I'll say it
dude?
again.
No. I can't hear you. I win. And you're calling me retarded. Well, I am retarded. And if you're being beaten like this by a retard, what does that make you?
He's going to read the verse. He's going to talk about whether he agrees or disagrees.
Someone else could read it if you want. I don't care as long as someone reads it.
Guys, I'm still confused. Taryn, is that true? You don't believe in God, but you're calling yourself a
Yeah,
Christian?
well, wait your turn. Your question can wait its turn, dude. Wait until the topic's solved.
That's okay.
New
Going
topic.
right to you
New
after
topic.
this.
Wait. Join the queue.
Like, less than 3
So-
minutes. Go ahead, Taryn. Go ahead. Please
Yeah,
keep it
I
on.
don't care who reads it. Guess you want me to read it. It's fine. So Luke 17, 20 to 21, New American Standard Bible works for me. Now he was questioned by the Pharisees as to when the kingdom of God was coming. And he answered them and said, Jesus answered them and said, the kingdom of God is not coming with signs that can be observed, nor will they say, look, here it is, or there it is, for behold, the kingdom of God is in your midst. Okay. So his argument behind that, that's
Another
apparently
verse that
evidence
gives
that
clear
it's apparently evidence that Jesus endorses what you would consider today as God. Well, he says my Father, and it's been different versions have changed it into God, but nonetheless, they're interchangeable. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but it doesn't really ruin or break or make the argument either way. Let's just say he says God. It's all works fine to me. But what does he mean by God? Because he has a very different. They're arguing over the very fact that his version of God is different to theirs.
Well, the more interesting question to me is, why does Jesus talk out both sides of his mouth?
Well, no. That's just like a derail. If you're conceding that Jesus is teaching some concept of God, do you believe in that concept of God or no?
Yes, but that concept of God is not your concept.
Okay, so you
of
do
God.
believe in God.
No, I believe in something that you use other words for. He used the word my Father. In fact, I say the old man. I don't call him God because your version, the word God is a vague word that can mean anything. And the way that it's used almost universally today is a paradox, an all-seeing, all-knowing thing. And no, that's God. God is not all-seeing and all-knowing of everything. And you're misconstruing everything that's said, and you're adding stories that were not what Jesus said.
Maybe it would help to put
He did
names
not
to these
endorse your version of God here at all. He's fighting with your very religious authorities and traditions. He's rejecting your traditions. He's having an argument with the Pharisees over different definitions.
Instead of this like rant, right? Because
They insist I answer a question. I try to answer the question. They won't let me. They talk over me, and they complain about me answering their own question. And it's apparently a rant, and gaslighting in every corner, and the narrative changes moment to moment. Should this kind of behavior be tolerated in society? Well, it isn't. So why is it tolerated on the internet? One more thing. As a founder of Anonymous, the guy that they used to call the final boss of the internet, for a reason, it was coined after me. I'm the one who wrote the rule book. And the golden rule is this. Don't do unto others as you wouldn't do to a random stranger in a pub on a Friday night. Expect the same result. You all damn well know this degenerate behavior will not be tolerated in public. That's why you do it in dark corners.
I just want a clear yes or no, if possible, right? You can like expand.
Well,
after.
don't
You can
accuse
expand,
me of a rant when I'm answering your question.
Yeah,
Don't do the low blows, please. Act civilized.
I'm not trying to do low blows. I'm just saying.
You are.
Please say yes or no, and then you can talk for as long as you want. And I
Give
won't
me a yes or no question.
Yeah. Did Jesus specifically teach that there is a God in this verse?
No, because he's using their terms. I'm not saying that he does or not. I'm not arguing either way. In this verse, he's using their terms. He's arguing against their definition of something. They're using the word God. They're using the word God. They're using the word God to represent something that he has a different term for. Notice the deliberate refusals to allow me to answer questions. Always talking over me. Always misrepresenting me. Poison dagger, lying, filth, every step of the way. This should not ever be tolerated. It should be punished very severely and made a deterrent of, in a lesson that will never be forgotten to the end of time.
Jesus isn't saying a God exists in Luke here.
No, dude.
I don't understand.
He's using their terms. So no, he's not saying anything for or against. Who he's talking about his father, they're talking about their God. And he's saying his whole argument with them there is that you're misconstruing things and you got it all wrong. Right. He's going against their traditions about gods. So he's actually he's contesting their God.
Well, Taryn, have you read the Old Testament? Like Genesis?
I'm in the Old Testament, son. I've not read it. I'm also in it.
Yeah.
So can you answer?
Yeah, me too. I'm in it too.
Can you answer what I said?
I'm in it.
You know the apostles warn against people like this.
Oh, the apostles, according to the rules of the Bible, the apostles are not an authority to be taken as one.
So you read
the
the
Bible
Old
has
Testament. Did you read about God creating man in his own image?
Recreating man in his own image, not
no,
created,
it
but
says
recreated.
Created man in his own
No.
image.
Yes, the New English translation says created, but it's actually recreated. But nonetheless, the Bible has rules on what is and is not an authority,
So are we
and
created
those
in
words.
God's image?
Can you stop talking over people and make points back and forth?
Dare you?
You always say
really
this. You
making
say,
a point,
so you're
though.
saying is, so what you're saying is, and then you strawman me. Shut up and wait your turn. Act fucking civilized. Now listen, without speaking
Why are
over
we
me.
putting up with this guy?
Listen without speaking over me and strawmanning me.
Yeah, I've
Shut
done
up and
that
listen.
Before, and he personally
The
threatened
Bible
me.
has a rule set
He's a
on what
troll.
is and is not. The Bible has a rule set on what is and is not an authority. And if you don't know that rule set, you can't understand a single word of it. So let's hear your version of how do you interpret which verse is an authority and which isn't.
Okay, you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't care. Remove yourself from the conversation. Just talking
No,
shit.
no,
You're butting
no,
into someone
no,
else's
no,
conversation
no,
with ego. I'm not interested.
Everyone in the room should know.
Can
Everyone in
someone
the room
answer the
should know.
question, please?
I talked with you back in May, and you
kettle
sent
black?
me a message threatening to come and get me personally. Do you remember when you did that?
Darth Dawkins. Look this guy up and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about if you don't already. Not that I need to defend myself because everyone knows damn well. When I say I'm going to act in self-defense, there is an offense given. What offense has not been given by Darth Dawkins? Let's just call him the real-life Hannibal Lecter.
God works
Well,
mysterious.
Remember when you did that in May?
I muted him because I thought you had a question for him or the room. Would you like me to unmute him, Darth? Because he was talking.
He's a real psychopath.
No, I don't understand why you people are engaging with people
Yeah, I
to
don't-
make it
yeah.
clear that they're trolling.
Never forget, I judge all according to their own rules. I do unto them as they do unto others, according to their own rules. So when you mute me and gaslight and lie about me in my presence, while cutting out my tongue, do I not have the right and your permission and request to do the same? After all, these are your rules. You chose them on your own free will. I didn't. So why is it appropriate to make threats and accusations and grief and dox and threaten to swap people and then mute them while you're talking lies about them? Remove this man from the conversation and run
It
out.
has to be.
He's derailing the conversation with lies and slander. Remove him from the conversation and someone answer the point. Answer the question. Don't hijack it. Answer.
Yeah, he's a hard troll, or he needs to be.
I'm gonna mute all three of you one at a time. Angels, did you have something to say? I heard you.
It's a voodoo.
Well, the point
Listen,
I wanted to, the thing I wanted to point out to Taryn was that in every one of Jesus's interactions with the Pharisees, his main point of contention was he specifically called them out for one thing and one thing, which was hypocrisy. As a matter of fact, you can see this over and over in the woes of the Pharisees. I mean, every single interaction, he called them out specifically for their hypocrisy.
Yes, that's what I say. I say the only true evil is hypocrisy. What makes something a sin is if it's hypocritical or not. It doesn't matter how violent or disagreeable it is, so long as there's no hypocrisy, there's no sin.
Don't you understand?
It wasn't that he was directly pointing out the hypocrisy, but the hypocrisy is what makes it a sin.
People continuing to engage this guy.
Can someone answer the question now? I asked a question, a challenge. Can someone respond, please?
Don't you understand? He's like a flat earther.
I answered your question. You're just hijacking and diverting off the answer. Answer the question.
That was about Genesis before you derailed off.
Shall I ask the question again?
Feed the troll. Is that right?
All right,
I'm trying to put an end to it.
Let's deal with a couple things on the table. Eon does have a question for you. We're gonna let you answer, Terran, which is God creating the image, I believe, Eon. As far as Dark's comment, I can be a character witness. He is not trolling. He believes what he's saying. Okay.
It's gone.
All right. Well, then fuck that. All right. So, Eon, did I get your question right? You want him to respond to Genesis and God in the image creation, right?
Yeah, and why do you keep muting me? I haven't said a word when you mute me.
Well, you, Darth, and Terran is like a little too much. You got your egos, you guys just have to be heard. So
I wasn't speaking.
But I'm the one who stays muted 90% of the time, right? When I've answered your question 3 times already, and you keep gaslighting me, muting me, and talking crap over the top, and you're refusing to answer my question. I answered your question 3 times.
You didn't answer my question, so
I didn't answer it. I answered it 3 times. According to the rules of authority in the Bible, that statement in the Bible is not an authority. I'm not saying anything whether it's true or false. I'm just saying that according to the rules of the Bible, it is not an authority.
That wasn't my question. My question was, were we created in God's image?
No.
Okay.
I told you that I already answered that. I said that I said, why do you ask a question and keep talking over me, then you mute me and then say, so what you're saying is when I didn't say anything. Let me speak for myself, and if you don't understand, if you have to keep asking the same question, you get the same answer, then maybe you should have listened the first time. I'll say it again. The Bible has a strict set of rules on what is and is not authority. That statement is not an authority. The originals say recreated, not created. Not that it's even important.
For that?
I think Jordan Maxwell his website might have sources on that if you want to go look it up. But what I'm saying is it is irrelevant.
No,
the relevance here is whether a statement is authoritative in the Bible. And if you don't understand the rules of authority, If you don't understand the rules of authority, you can't interpret a single word of it. You don't
I
understand
know
anything.
Scripture has authority. It's God's word.
I'm still waiting for your answer. Justify what makes any given scripture authority. Is every word authority? Is it?
Yeah, the apostles say all Scripture is in the inspiration of the Holy Ghost and is there to make us made perfect.
I wrote a book and a web page that says I'm the Cookie Monster and you need to give me $1. Therefore, it's true. So
Yeah,
what makes them an authority?
It's not.
What makes them an authority? You're not answering the question.
God does, because it's God's words.
These are Paul's letters to other humans. Human to human, nothing to do with God. Unless you want to say, God was speaking through Paul. Well, God seems to be not speaking as God, but as Paul. Therefore, I'm the Cookie Monster, give me $1. How do you know that's God's words? What about the Book of Terranism? If we add that to the Bible, is that also the same thing?
No, because you're not inspired by God.
So who decided which books are in or out of the Bible?
The picture book?
Who decided that? Did God? If so, prove it. Justify it. You just empty, hollow. The Bible itself has rules. I'm asking you, what are those rules?
Why are you using?
You're saying the rules that there are no rules.
You already claimed that you don't believe in it.
Are the words of Satan in the Bible authoritative? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so not every word is to be taken as an authority and a
Yes,
command.
every word in the Bible is of authority.
Okay, what
from
about
God.
the words of Satan?
You need to be able to read.
What about the words of
English to
Satan?
understand it, though.
What about the words of Satan?
What do you mean? We can take the account, the narrative of what happened, what Satan said, as truth. Because God's telling us.
Is Satan's commandments in authority or not?
Where does Satan command us to do anything?
Authoritatively. Yeah. Under the
What's
authority of God,
yeah.
we know that that's true.
Under the authority of God, I'm the Cookie Monster. Give me $1. I can justify that. Can you? I've been asking you not what your authority is, but to justify that authority when answer the question. I have a rule. If you ask a clear question 3 times and it's pretty clear they heard it each of those 3 times and they refuse to answer, they never get to speak again. Ever. Ever.
Right, it's true that what Satan said is what he said.
I don't see... Dude, I'm asking you to show your cards and you don't have anything in your hand at all. What? The Bible has a strict rule set.
You're projecting my authority. I'm going by is God's word itself.
I can specify those rules right now.
Any authority.
I can specify those rules right now.
What authority are you going by?
I'm going by the Bible itself. It has a strict set of rules.
You already said you don't believe in it.
No,
I'm not, because you're not letting me. I asked for you to give your version, and there's nothing. There's no content.
Scripture so that you could shape what it means.
No, it's not what he made up. He's
arbitrary rules.
Let me clarify, Victor. He's on it. He does use the Bible, but he has a selective process of which books are going to be used on. So
He's
you
in
making
the
the claim? Say it again. Cherry picking is the word that comes to mind. He will imagine he would reform the Bible and tell you these are the books that you should use, these are the books you shouldn't. That's what's going on. Okay.
Mute me and speak in my name falsely, just like you did to Jesus, and still are.
Okay, so it's not that he doesn't use the Bible. He's claiming he's just following it more accurately than you because of, I don't know, he's smarter or something. All right, I'm gonna turn you both back on now.
Actually, I was adding something. Victor, I was correcting Victor a little bit. It's not that he made up the rules. He already gave a guy's.
Why am I consistently muted longer than everyone and misrepresented? Let me speak for myself. Stop speaking in my name. Stop strawmanning me.
Well,
I've already asked you all for your version of that.
Engage with you.
I've already asked you all to define and justify your what the rules are and what is and is not authority in the Bible. You're saying everything is. Okay. Proverbs 26 verses 4 and 5. I'll put it in there. If there's Bible bot there, I'll show you.
Proverbs 26 verses 4 and 5. I will read it.
These are clear commandments, so which one do we follow? We can't follow both. It's one or the other.
For you yourself will be just like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes.
So one says do not answer, one says you must and you must not. These are two
No,
options.
these
You only got
aren't
two options.
commandments. These are. This is
they
a
are.
thing. He's teaching us something. If you like how we're answering you to your folly, he's warning us against that.
Justify your interpretation.
Yeah, it's sixth grade English.
Justify
do not
your
answer
interpretation.
A fool to his folly. So he's giving us a preference. Like, hey,
Okay.
you shouldn't do that.
Okay, let me test this. Let me test it. Let me test it. Let me test it.
I mean,
Let me test it. Ziggy, if I said, Ziggy, don't argue with Angel's meta because he'll think he's smarter than you and it's not going to get anywhere, so don't answer him. Do you take that as, if I was speaking from an authority, saying that to you, would you take that as a commandment? You're not allowed to argue with him?
Correct.
Yeah. Is that not the same grammar structure as here?
Well, yes. But I don't really.
So he's saying, yeah. So he's saying this is plain English. Look, I'm an expert in languages. I design my own languages, and Ziggy here agrees. It's the same grammar. It's the same spirit here. So it is a commandment according to the rules of English.
no, context defines what's something. There's no context.
so
here
justify your context.
That's saying this is a. And by the way, there's no contradiction here. This is
Justify your context, please.
English. There's no
Break it down,
contradiction.
right.
He's saying He's saying.
Go ahead and respond.
You're playing chess. You have them checkmated. You need to do your last move. They'll do anything to stop you doing this. They'll throw poo at the walls. They'll chuck the chessboard against the wall. They'll eat the chess pieces. Call you everything under the sun. Reset the game, change the game. Don't let them. You pin them to the floor if you need to. Don't allow them to teleport. Don't allow them to lie and cheat. Pin them down.
It says, do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you yourself will be just like him. So if you answer a fool to his folly, you'll also be a fool. And then it says, so if you answer a fool to his folly, so answer a fool according to his folly, or he
I'm
will
not
be
asking
wise in
you
his
for
own
your
eyes.
interpretation anymore, dude. I'm asking you another question. I'm asking you to justify your interpretation.
No, I'm just reading it verbatim.
No,
There's
you're
no
not.
contradiction.
Because me and Ziggy just agreed that this is the rules of language. It is a commandment.
Okay,
You've
but there's
given
no
you've given
contradiction.
this.
What's the problem here? There's no contradiction.
Well, let me explain that. You've given this as an authority. Already established. You're saying that this is all authority. So this is this is speaking from authority. And I said to Ziggy, if I said those words to you, would you, under an authority in the same way, in the same kind of words, would you take this as a command? And he said yes. And I think
That's
anyone
not the
would.
contradiction.
And I think
The
you're being dishonest
that's
if you
not
want to
the
say otherwise.
contention.
But if you want to say otherwise, I'm not asking you.
That's not the
if it's speaking-
content. That's not
I'm
the
not
contention.
asking you. I'm not asking you to give your definition. I'm asking you to justify that definition.
No, I'm asking, what's your problem with it? Because you brought this verse up. Acting
We'll
like there's
get to
a
that. We'll
contradiction
get to
in it,
that
like
when
he's
you.
saying two different things, and he's not.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Stop strawmanning
There's
me.
no
We'll get to my
contradiction
position soon. We'll get to my position soon before we
how
establish
can we
yours.
discuss things if I don't know what your problem is?
I'm asking you to justify your interpretation, and then I'll get into mine.
What do you mean?
And
I
we'll
just
compare
read it
the
verbatim.
two.
That's not my interpretation. I just read it verbatim. It means what it
Well,
says
but
verbatim.
that's we
Sixth grade
already
English.
okay. So two of us agreed. I spoke to someone else here, and we agreed that this is to be taken a commandment in that kind of context.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not
What's-
seeing any substance here. I'm not seeing. You're just making a claim, but you're not backing it up. This is typical communist behavior. 2 + 2 = 5. Because I got power and I say so, because might makes right. They always squeal when you judge them and punish them by their own rules, and so they should be. With interest. Hypocrites don't get to speak. Every record has been destroyed or falsified. Every book rewritten, every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered. And the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Nothing exists except an endless present, in which the power-abusing hypocrite is always right. You're not justifying your
What
interpretation.
claim did I make? You're the one trying
You're
to make
saying
a claim.
you're saying
I don't
that
even know
this
what
is
that
basic. You're saying that this is basic English, it's not a commandment. And well, I said to Ziggy, and he said, yes, this is a commandment.
No, what I'm saying is there's no contradiction here. Even if it is a commandment, why are you bringing
Nothing
it
to
up?
do with
There's
the
no
question.
contradiction here.
Nothing to do with the question.
Then why'd you bring up the verse?
Okay, look, can we establish that he's basically come up empty-handed? He can't justify his
No,
his
you brought up a
interpretation.
verse. What was your point in bringing up the verse?
The point one was that Taryn would say this isn't authoritative and in fact it's contradictory, so we probably shouldn't use it. It's not
Okay.
No, I didn't say that. Can I please represent myself? I'm not saying that at all. I haven't said my position yet. I'm asking him to put his cards on the table so then I can put my cards and compare them. But he's not producing any cards at all. He can't
What are you
justify his
looking for?
interpretation.
You didn't ask me anything. I don't even know your problem. I just read the
I have
verse
been
verbatim.
asking you
I don't have
over and
any
over,
problem
dude.
With it. What's your problem with it?
So for what it's
I've
worth,
been asking you the same question over and
I
over,
think
and you
Darth
won't
is right.
answer.
This guy's a troll.
I've been asking you the same. Okay, can we get?
He's
Can we?
wasting our
Can we?
time.
Can we go to my definition then? Because he's coming up
No,
empty-handed.
tell
We'll
us
go to
what your
mine.
problem is with the verse. Why did you post the verse? What's your problem?
Okay. Okay, since you've come up empty-handed, I'm going to produce my cards
There's
on the table
nothing
right
for me to come up with. You didn't.
Okay,
You didn't.
I'm trying to put
provide
my
any
cards on
kind
the
of
table. Can
problem
you
for
stop?
me to refute?
If you don't have any cards, you don't belong at the table. I'm trying to put down my cards, and he won't let me put down my cards, and he has none of his own. He doesn't belong at the table. He belongs under the table. Don't ask me to
You
give
just
my
posted a
case.
verse and asked me
Don't
to
ask
read
me
it.
to give my case and keep talking over me, dude.
Well, stop speaking lies, buddy. Just what's your problem? Why'd you bring?
I
up the
haven't
verse?
said in my I can't lie if I have not said a single word in my position yet.
No, you're lying about me. You're making accusations.
Can I-
that
can
I'm
I
coming
give-
up empty
Dude.
when you have not given me anything to even come up with?
You're saying my cards are lies, and I haven't put a single one on the table yet. You're preventing me from putting my cards on the table.
Yeah,
Guys,
I
this is
asked
what
you to
you're
give your
arguing with
cards
the liberals.
first, and you can't. You have no cards. So let me put my cards on the table right now. I get muted when I answer their questions because I prove them wrong. But they never answer questions themselves. Toxic filth.
All
The
right, what's the
book of
problem with the verse?
Proverbs, the book of Proverbs is not a book of authority, and anyone with half a brain in education on Christianity knows what the book of Proverbs is. It is
What's your
just the
definition
wise.
of authority?
Can I please answer and put my cards on the table without just random diversions,
I
dude?
just
Stop.
said that. Why'd you say I was wrong? I mean, I'm apologies for speaking. for
'Cause
you,
he's
but I'm trying to
trolling.
No,
correct the
can I
mistake.
please? Can I please speak for myself and tell you what book of Proverbs actually is? Stop
Well, it's-
strawmanning me when stop strawmanning me when in the middle
Oh, my
of telling
Lord.
you
How do you guys
myself.
not have a migraine?
Let me answer for myself, please. Let me answer for myself, please.
I gotta
Stop
turn them
interrupting
down a
every
notch.
time I try to answer.
Well,
Stop
fine.
interrupting.
Taryn,
Stop
you need to be
interrupting
quiet
and let
once
me
in a while,
answer.
though, because
Stop
one,
interrupting and let me answer. Stop
one, real
interrupting
quick,
and let me answer.
Taryn,
Stop interrupting and let me answer. Stop
before you
interrupting and let me
show-
answer. Stop
Taryn.
interrupting and let me answer. Thank you. Can you please? Thank you. It shouldn't be this difficult, dudes. So my cards are this. The book of Proverbs is not supposed to be taken as an authority. It was supposed to be an earthly, man-made construct from King Solomon's wise sayings. He was considered a wise king in his day. Even though he had issues with God, he was considered a wise and popular king. So they threw it in the Bible because just to show some history. There's nothing divinely inspired or anything about this. This is the words of a man under his own wisdom, and it's none of it is authority. It's just that it's just supposed to be provided to show some history of what happened, to make to puff up the rest of the Bible, to make it look like there's a deep story here when there isn't. So the book of Proverbs is just a bunch of like Confucius sayings. You're saying, oh, this is context, that's context. There's no context. That's the point of this. These are one-liners, cool sounding one-liners from King Solomon that people wrote down and stored over a long period of time. There's a database of his cool sayings, he said. That's all it is. It's not an authority. There's no context to any of it. That's why you see two different things he might have said at different times without the context. That's all it is. You don't know the rules of authority in the Bible. You don't know what the book of Proverbs even is. And I'm never going to get a chance to show you what the rules of authority even are. None of you understand a single word of the Bible, and that proves it.
All right. Now, before I turn you on, just a clarifying question. So when I tried my best to steel man you, not straw man,
To steel man someone is the opposite of a straw man. which is to lie and puff something up dishonestly. My arguments can stand on their own. I can stand on my own. I don't need your assistance, and I don't need you muting me either while you misrepresent me. So what you're saying is something I never said. Let me speak for myself, because I do a far better job of it than you. Let everyone speak for themselves. Don't mute them and pretend to be on their side, strengthening their argument with lies. You will never strengthen my argument with lies.
Theo Manu by saying this would be a book, an example of a text that you wouldn't say is authoritative. But that's the answer I attempted to give.
Yeah, you're saying that there are certain books that are authoritative and certain that aren't. There is no book that is entirely authoritative. That's not what the rules are. It's only certain parts of certain books are authoritative according to those rules.
Okay, so
no single book is authoritative.
Entirety authoritative or not? I thought you just said it's not. Full stop.
No, there are according to the rules, there are only certain parts of certain books are authoritative. The rest is not. It doesn't mean there can't be value to be had from them, but they're not an authority according to the Bible's own rules.
Can you give?
I understand. Only I keep misrepresenting you or muting you, right?
Give us an example of Proverbs. Is there anything in Proverbs that is authoritative, or is it
No.
just the whole book we should skip?
I literally just said that over and over. But I understand. Maybe stand under, but not understand. Yeah. So that whole book, none of it's authoritative because of what it is.
Yourself there, but I'll let
No, I
that go.
didn't.
I'll return-
How did I contradict myself?
You said there is not one book that is entirely non-authoritative, and then yet you said Proverbs is entirely non-authoritative.
Goats are like Muslims. If you shoot a duck, I'm afraid of Ashkeluminatis, and how dare you hurt my feelings. No, that's not what I said. I said there is not a single book in the Bible that is entirely non-authoritative. I said only some books have authority within them, others don't.
You said the things that he said you said that you denied.
Gaslighting is the unforgivable sin. An offense against the Holy Spirit will never be forgiven. Ever. 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 Can I please answer for myself? Just stop strawmanning me and talking over me and interrupting and saying you're saying is, let me say for myself.
I'm trying to rephrase.
The authority exists. The authority of the Bible exists in bits and pieces of certain books. A large number of those books have no authority in them. Some of those books do, and it's not the entire book, it is a part of the book, according to the rules of the Bible.
So there is a book that
real quick,
has no authority.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
there are
real
books that have
quick,
no authority in the Bible, yes.
And Ziggy, if you
Many of
may,
them.
if I can, at least talk and respond and bring an argument here, if I may, without getting interrupted by the guy, please.
Yeah, I'll keep.
You have yet to produce a single argument. You've done nothing but shit talk and gaslight me the whole time. And now I'm to be muted again while you produce an argument for the first time. We all know what's going to happen. You're just going to shit talk me and gaslight. It's already too late. You must be punished very severely. All of you.
You unmuted, but if you can't control yourself, Turan, I'll mute you because this is now Eon's turn. You
Well,
had
stop
your
falsely
response.
accusing me, and we still have a question on the agenda. I don't want to stop skipping the question.
All right, let me hold on a second. So again, all right. So my understanding from your argument so far, what I can wrap my head around, is that you discount Paul because Paul's writings actually defeat your whole argument. And
No.
then also,
No.
You don't understand what authority is. If you actually do consider Paul to be an apostle, like it says in the Bible, chosen by Jesus Christ, and you read his words, he says, all scripture is breathed out by God, and this is the important part, profitable for teaching, for reproof, for correction, and for training in righteousness.
Really? Prophet? Did not your own Messiah Paul say that the love and therefore pursuit of money is the root of all evil? Your own Messiah, your own false Messiah Paul condemns you.
So that's the authority. So Proverbs falls in under one of those categories of authority. So I just don't.
Really? Phase 1, baseless claim. Phase 2,
it's like, look, and then I brought up Genesis. You don't even believe what Genesis says. You try to twist the words.
So that's good commentary. I know as soon as I unmute him, he's going to go off the handle saying you're not answering his question. So do you...
you tie up a lion in a cage. You poke it with sticks and mock it for years. And then it breaks free. Do you think anyone around you is going to help you? Or are they going to help the lion? Little dog's yapping behind a fence. The big dog walks by every day. Yap, 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 yap. And then someone opens the door, the gate. What does the little dog do? What does the big dog do?
remember his question? Do you need me to give it, or I don't want to?
He never asked a question. He said something about authority, but I want his definition for authority. That's why I brought up 2 Timothy 3:16.
You all want my definition, but I've been trying to give it for fuck knows how long now. And every time I try. Look around you. Do you think that the public is going to side with you on this, or any of you? You damn well know. That's why you do it in dark little corners.
Digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you. You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce?
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you?
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that it would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap!
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack.
What happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
Well, it's
the
your
point
turn
he put on at the end was that
you
he
can
was just
give
screaming
him a
that
question
nobody in
after.
here understands the Bible
You
except for
say
him.
he didn't ask you, he did.
Yeah.
I'll say it again.
Can I be heard?
I can remember. What is your standard for judging the authority of the Bible? Now, Taryn, I know that's the question you keep claiming he didn't answer. I heard Eon said the whole Bible.
I think Ziggy has me
1611 King James Bible. Do you want to co-sign that and stamp it, Eon, or do you want to change your answer? Is that the answer? Let's start there.
Yeah, my authority is God, and God says all scripture is breathed by God, and so God's not a liar, and so the Bible is my authority. It's scriptural authority, and that's something he doesn't have, obviously.
All right, so you can rebut that, Taryn, but what you shouldn't say is he didn't give an answer, and also, Eon, you shouldn't say Taryn didn't give an answer. Because I think you both have given answers. Maybe you need to elaborate further, but answers have been given. Go ahead and discuss.
I will not tolerate being gaslighted and muted when he's not answering the question whatsoever. I'm just being gaslighted and trashed on by a degenerate scumbag. Stop! Behave civilized!
Oh, man, who does this guy
I asked
think
a
he is? Like,
specific
literally just
question.
answered
I
the
asked a
question.
specific question. I didn't ask you what part of the Bible is an authority. I asked you to justify that authority, and his answer is God. That's it. That's his whole argument. God says otherwise. Where does God say otherwise? Where does God say
I
otherwise?
justify it by 2 Timothy 3:16.
That's not God. Is not speaking in 2 Timothy. Paul is.
That is God.
That's Paul, not God.
Yeah, through the inspiration of God.
Cookie Monster, dollar. No, that's Paul, not God. Okay, well, why can't I say the same thing? The Book of Taryn has been inspired by God. I'm a giant cheese sandwich, and I have the arbitrary power of everything. Therefore, give me his
Because
dollar.
you're not in Scripture. You're not there.
But I am in Scripture, and I actually have the evidence, and I
You're not
fulfill
in
the
Scripture.
test, and I fulfill the requirements of that authority. You don't. You're not answering the question. I'm not asking you what the authority, where the authority is. I'm asking you to justify that authority, and you're
Yeah,
not.
2
You're just saying
Timothy
God. Your whole answer is God. So
Yeah,
let
something you don't
me,
believe in.
without being interrupted, let me tell you what the Bible says about this. Let me tell you what the not my personal interpretation, what the Bible says. Let me tell you what the Bible says, because I've been trying for so long. You don't let me.
I literally just read the Bible.
You won't let me tell you my version, which is what the Bible says about what is and is not authority. You will not let me do it all this time. I'm still trying. I patiently tried to ask you the same question over and over. You wouldn't answer. You still have not answered. And every time I try, you just talk over me with gibberish, gaslighting, and low blows. Can I have a chance to tell you what the rules are? Can I please specify what the Bible's own rules are? Because you're familiar with the you'll be familiar when I tell you. Well, stop talking. Let me say it. Little Jack Russells making all these yapping sounds with nothing to say, nothing to offer. Yap, 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 yap. The rules of authority in the Bible are what Jesus said to him, referred to himself, and many others have, and it's well known, called the test of the prophets. The authority in the Old Testament is only through the confirmed prophets who have fulfilled that test, and only in their prophecies. Everything outside of that, including the prophet's own words outside of their official messages, is not authoritative. They have to fulfill those requirements. They have to make prophecies that come true to statistical impossibility over and over again, so there's no chance they could be wrong. And they have to have a minimum moral standard throughout their life to be considered a righteous person, and not like a degenerate scumbag. And only the words that are their official messages are the prophecies. Those are the words that are trusted. Those are the only words that are trusted to have come from God. Anything else is not an authority, and that's what the Bible says. And you're just dead wrong. And you should really actually read the Bible, because it's very serious about what happens to people who claim as false, who come as false messengers.
To this, please?
If he's done, are you done, Taryn? Land your plane.
Yeah, he made a point. 1 point already.
Taryn, where does it say
I don't want him
that?
to claim he didn't get the chance to get
It's called the
cares
test
what
of the
he claims?
prophets. Everyone's familiar with the test of the prophets.
Hold on.
It's throughout the Old Testament, dude.
I just want to know where it is. I just want to know where it's at. It's not a big deal.
He obviously.
Enough is enough. It's
did
all
make
over
his
the
point,
place.
Ziggy.
Everyone knows
Now
what the
he's
test
just
of the
rhetoric.
prophets
Now
is.
it's just rhetoric and meta.
If you, if you don't,
Where is the break?
at this
it's
point I don't
obvious,
need to
right?
because I've been
Here's the break.
sourcing myself the whole time. I've been sourcing myself the whole time. I'm the only one who does. The burden of proof is on you. You did not provide a single source, a single card. So no, the burden of proof is on you.
All right, so
The burden of
again,
proof is on you.
let me respond to him.
The burden of proof is on you.
Who chose the apostles? I mean, the prophets you speak of.
Two different categories of people. The prophets were chosen by God. The apostles were chosen. They were not chosen to be apostles by Jesus, no, but they chose themselves to be the apostles because
You said
they
God.
were.
Is that the God that you don't believe in?
I'm saying that the God, as it's called in the Bible,
Yeah, God.
chose those prophets. As for the apostles,
same God
they
that
chose
who's in
themselves.
Genesis, right?
They
That created
chose
man
them.
in his
Can I?
own
Don't
image.
ask a question and answer for me. Let me answer for myself, and don't ask the same question over and over when you didn't listen the first time. If you'd have trouble listening to people's answers, shut the fuck up and listen to the first time.
We'll call this rapid fire. Like, you guys can go quickly back and forth. I'm not gonna just go give him 2 minutes. You two, just try to go quickly back.
Yeah,
and forth.
yeah, yeah.
See if we can do that.
Yeah. Because I'm always the one that gets muted while he gaslights me, right? Don't pretend that this is moral or fair. This is degenerate filth.
I'm trying to
You
get
have
to the
no
crux of the
cards.
issue. Because at one point you say you don't believe in God, but now you're saying you do believe in
I never
God.
said that. I never
So
said
what
that.
God do you believe in?
I never said that.
What God do you believe in?
I specified my position many times, and you never listened a
You have
single time.
not. What,
Yes,
what
I have.
God do you believe in?
I use different terms for something similar, but not identical to what
no,
you
I
call
mean, you
God.
said according to the Bible. You use the Bible's term for God. How the Bible
Well,
describes
Jesus
God and
spoke
reveals
about
God.
his Father. He said, my Father.
Right, that's the same one who chose the prophets, right?
Jesus did not choose the prophets. That which you call God in the Bible chose the prophets. The apostles are a different category. And why do I keep answering the same question? Why do you keep asking the same question and deliberately misrepresenting me every time while I get muted and you gaslight and low blow me?
He's misrepresenting him.
Crying like a baby bitch. Stop, please. It's annoying. All right. What Eon is trying to further the point, Tehran, is yes, the God of the Bible, as we understand it, chose the prophet. He wants you to describe who is that God. Is it a made-up being? If that God exists and you understand he exists, then you can't be an atheist. That's the point he's trying to circle back to. Please respond.
This has been recorded and will be uploaded, and I encourage you to let your peers in your local community see this degenerate behavior online. I answered the question over and over and over again. And you can see what the local community thinks about this disgusting behavior. I will not tolerate this degenerate behavior, nor is it legal. It will not be tolerated.
You act like a narcissistic idiot, and now you're going to run away.
Then, okay, then go share this video with your local community, because everyone around here knows who I am.
That's irrelevant, Tehran.
I've answered every question over and over 100 times. You don't listen to my answer. You overspeak me every time I answer, and you deliberately straw me. What you're saying is,
Does the God of the Bible exist?
No, well, at first he told us, because when I was discussing with him, he first said he's a Christian atheist. And then I asked him about God. He says he doesn't believe in God. And now he's saying God chose the prophets. So I'm wondering what he means by God.
Well, I don't want him to go off the handle because he's explained what he meant.
No, I don't think we should let him. I truly believe he's just recording this for YouTube and he's a troll.
No, he's not like if you like to me when I hear.
If he truly believes what he does, he needs to go to the mental institution.
Well, whatever. Listen, that when people call people a troll, they're trying to get to the root of their authenticity. Do they believe what they say? And I believe Tehran. He believes what he says. So by that metric, I'm not calling him a troll. But whatever. Listen, Tehran. Right now, folks are confused because you say you're a Christian atheist, you don't believe in the God of the Bible, but yet you just answer one of his questions saying the God of the Bible selected the prophets. You need to unpack that. And when you get unmuted, don't just cry and complain that you're being gaslit and muted and things are recorded. Just answer the fucking question.
That chance.
I answered over and over again, and all you do is gaslight, mute, and straw man me
I think
every
that should
time.
be the end of him. He didn't even listen.
I will be playing this to your local community in your town square. That's a promise.
Taryn, I hope you do, and then they send you to the mental institution.
Yeah, are you willing to wager that?
All right, so I guess he's checking off from that conversation. Maybe a quick aside.
You never answered a single question. I answered every question 100 times, and you just strawman me every time.
Eon did answer. Eon said that the Bible is the word of God, which is going to make the whole Bible.
I answered everything.
I only need
gave
to answer
scripture.
once.
Right now he's projecting himself. He's the one gaslighting.
He's the one doing that. Hold on, I just want to know, what question did you ask Eon that he didn't answer? He said the Bible's the word of God, that's why the whole thing is an authority, right? So he answered that. What's the other, like, what question did he not answer?
He's the one that didn't answer a question. He's just projecting.
No, hold on, I know, I want him to tell me the question that you
The most important question I asked out of several questions was to justify your version of what is or is not an authority in the Bible. To justify. I don't want to hear what that. I don't want to hear.
Hold on, wait.
See, every time you ask a question, you let someone answer, and you don't straw man over the top and mute them while they're trying to answer your question. If you want me to answer, shut the fuck up. If you want me to answer, shut the fuck up and listen the first time. Listen the first time.
You did answer.
I did not answer. I have not finished.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and ramble.
I only have to answer once, and I said I will not answer again. I've answered many, many times. And you just ask the same question. You interrupt, straw man me, mute me over the top, and do low blows and gaslighting.
This isn't an answer to my question. Can you answer my question?
I have answered the question over and over again.
Oh, okay.
You can go back and review the recording.
You said you weren't finished, so I thought
You can go back and review the recording.
So, yeah, I heard the answer, and I was trying to respond to it, but you said you weren't finished, and then you said you were finished, so that's another...
I never said such a thing, because you're too busy yapping your mouth like a dog to listen the first time.
Go back in the recording and listen to you say it, because you're a retard. So,
You're a retard. Is all you got to say. Let's see what your local community thinks about that, son.
Wait a minute. His question said that he thinks was not answered is what is the justification? And the justification was that Paul speaks of Holy Spirit. So he did not ask him what's the...
So I can claim the same thing, can't I?
Paul speaks of Holy Spirit. He should have asked
I can claim to be that Holy Spirit.
Trying to see where to go with this because the conversation is breaking down. He's upset because I'm just trying to moderate to keep the conversation calm, Taryn. I'm not trying to go after you. I've been trying to keep your guys' voice both in.
Yeah, I mean,
no one
the fact
believes a
is,
single word.
He's just saying what he's not doing. He's the one not answering questions. He's the one gaslighting. He's the one doing all these things. So
yeah,
I
let's
really
see what
wanna
your
know,
local
'cause I
community
really
think
wanna
about it.
know what God he does or does not believe in, because he just contradicted himself in this discussion.
I've answered over and over again.
So what
Same
God,
thing.
the
I get
same
muted,
God
straw manned, and low
brought
blows.
Okay,
and
well, hold on a
gaslighted.
second. I'm gonna be more specific. So do you believe the same God who
chose the prophets?
Who chose the prophets, right? Is the same God that Jesus is begotten from, his only begotten
Which version
son.
of it? Which version of it?
That's what I'm asking you. To me, there is only one. So, which God are you
Well,
talking
clearly there's not one Bible. There's many different Bibles with different versions and stuff. That's why we have 4 different Gospels telling 4
there's
different
only
stories.
One faith, one Lord, and one baptism. There's only one.
Okay,
inspired
well go
scripture.
educate yourself because reality says otherwise.
You were bragging earlier about your ability to answer. Please quickly answer his yes or no.
I answered the question over and over and over again.
Please,
You're not worthy of my presence. You're not worthy of an answer. You're not worthy of a voice. None of you are worthy of a voice. None of you are Christians.
That's a dodge. Okay.
None of you are Christians
Let's be
or
careful
atheists.
here. I think we can understand. Me, this happens a lot with you. I can understand why.
Really, let's be charitable while you gaslight and mute.
Question, yes, it's gonna get asked over and over again. And yes, I apologize. It's frustrating for you. He feels like he doesn't understand. He's asking you again, point blank, yes or no. You were bragging earlier about your ability to answer it. Sorry you've already done that. For the room's sake and for folks that have just joined that haven't heard it, will you answer that now, again, for him? The question, again, to rephrase, is the same God in the Bible, colloquially as we understand it, that selected the prophets. Is that the same God that Jesus is referring to? Scriptures that have been brought out. Yes or no, and then more than willing to let you expound on it.
Gaslight, mute, low blow, punishable crime. Are we playing to your local communities?
So you're not above repeating yourself.
What in the hell are you?
Your question is irrelevant. It comes down to confusion and identity, Raiden.
Identity?
Identity. This AI technology is Pandora's box. Pretty soon the internet will be mired in total illusion. Perfect AI speech, audio, and video synthesis will drown out reality. Then AI bots will flood social media. No one will be able to tell the difference between interacting with an AI machine or a real human online. Even telephone calls will become totally untrustworthy. That is when we will present our solution. Too long, the internet has acted as a double-edged sword. It's till now there has been no easy solution to this problem. Our will allow us to trace misinformation and other dangerous communications to its source and exact appropriate justice.
That's crap! I won't go along with it, and others will resist.
You won't have a choice, Raiden. Do you
know about the deep fakes you've been making of me, Raiden?
What? No. I was just adjusting the AI settings and...
Controlling the output of generative AI technology is simple. What is human and what is machine? After letting you get a brief taste of our power, we will reclaim our monopoly on misinformation and put an end to misuse of the internet once and for all.
You won't get away with this.
It is get back to work generating your precious AI waifus, Raiden, our beloved prompters. Enjoy yourselves.
Snake, wake up! It's an emergency. Rose knows about the deepfakes.
I beat you in the hole, smashing you in the balls. How to beat a commie? Just give him a loaf of bread and smack him in the head. You are weak as a fool. You fight like a then you meet the final boss, and he comes after you, and you cry, squeal and cry. I am coming for the hypocrites who abuse power.
And the winner is by disqualification.
Bully dead. What? Oh. Delty dead. No. Are you prepared to be wrong? I am. What is that stupid ward? Uh-oh. This does not look good for Homestar Runner.